Hey, how are you? You said me, but I think it cut off the other part, what you were saying. How's it going? Hey guys, how are you? I'm a professional psychic and astrologer. I focus on love and career. I offer mini readings for free. So if you have a question on love or career, just put love or career and your sun sign. So for example, Taurus, career, or Aquarius, love, whatever it is, and I'll do an energy check on your situation. If you want a reading that is detailed with predictions and for present, past, future, the whole thing, then you have to book a reading. Those are $25 on the stream. If you want anything very intense, those are private readings through the phone, and those are $135 for the hour. So they're all available through my shop, and the link is in the bio. But the ones on the stream, they are nice and short. They are about 20-25 minutes, and those are $25. Readings include predictions and details. Okay, so let's see. Jeffrey's asking for the mini reading. Okay, so here we go. So you have to put your sun sign and the theme that you want. So for example, if you are a a Taurus or whatever sign that you are, you put your sun sign and you put your the theme. That's the, so love, and then you just put your, all right, and that's how it works. And I will gladly look into the energy of your situation. So energy checks are free, readings are not free. Those are $25. Okay, so Jeffrey is a Leo, but you didn't put the theme. Okay, we're gonna go with Renan, who did it right. Okay, Libra love, there we go. Thank you so much. Okay, Renan, here we go. So Libra and your love life. All right, so with love, it looks like there's not the level of harmony that there should be. So this is when a woman is very focused on a man, very focused on wanting to be with a man. And the man is not, there's not enough closeness. But here's the thing. There is a strange change that's going to happen this year to the male in the picture. So for example, if this is a crush on the female side, because you're not saying who you are. So Renan, I don't know if you're the male or the female. It doesn't really matter. But this is the love energy that you're getting. I don't need to know information. This is just your reading. The female in this situation is wanting love and closeness with this man. So if they're married, there's no closeness. If this is a crush, this has not gotten wings. The status would come out in a paid reading, which is tarot. Now, here's the thing. The male. This year, the male that is on the heart, the radar of this female, is about to enter a situation where they can reconnect with someone that they were involved with. If it's an ex, maybe a baby mama drama, if that's the situation, there's going to be a whole set of problems with this one. If it's a love interest in the past, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the story. The status doesn't change the story. The story is that this man is going to come into connection with this female closer and deal with not only her in a heap of issues. So this can arrive jealousy in the woman in the picture, woman A, woman B being the one in the past with the issues. This is going to be a theme this year, and it's going to challenge money. It's going to challenge money. So that's the problem. So Yeah, this is a love story that is, number one, person A and B is supposed to be closer and closer and eventually connect to be in that bonding level they have to be at, and it's going to be challenged financially. This man is going to be leaning the help to the other female, and this is going to rock the boat. So this is the situation. Yes, the money part is that female A and male are going to, by them being closer and supposed to, like, you know, have a healthy, normal relationship, which is supposed to be the goal here. The money and finances that's supposed to go toward that relationship, it's going to be hindered in the direction of the other female with her problems. You understand? That's the reading. So, all right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. No trolls. No trolls, Jeffrey. No trolls. If you want to participate, go ahead and, oh, you're welcome, Renan. If you ever need a detailed reading, because that wasn't really a deep reading. If you ever need like a super detailed reading, my readings are $25 on the stream, and that's going to cut right into the situation. If you want it even more than that, if it's a problem you want it solved, you know, kind of like, not solved, but like, you know, kind of like tips on how to navigate the issue, a private reading is probably the best if it's going to be something very troubling, like, for example, something that intertwines with legal or a big decision. Other than that, the $25 readings are fine. Not a problem. Thank you so much. Okay, Jeffrey, if you want a personal, this one was only for Renan, only. What I do one-on-one stuff. When I do collectives in astrology using astrology. I don't use tarot. I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes. But when people do collective readings with tarot, it can get a little sloppy. And then people have to like hope that they get little pieces of the story. I don't do any of that. I do one-on-one. So this does not pertain to anyone else but Renan. If you want a customized mini reading, they're free. All you have to do is put your sun sign and the theme that you want. So like, for example, Taurus, career, or Aquarius, career, whatever it is. Just like Renan did. Thank you so much. If you want a personal reading, they're $25. That's when I do my real work. Mini readings are just an energy check to tell you kind of on the surface what the energy is. All right, so if you want one, go ahead and let me know. If anyone wants a mini reading, all you have to do is put your horoscope sign and the word love or career, either one, and I will do a dice reading. This is a form of divination, so a dice reading on your energy. If you want deep tarot, these are $25 for the reading, and you can book that in my shop. Link is in the bio. I am going to be working on a podcast and a Substack that's going to be very deeply involved in astrology. If that's what you guys love, I will have that as well. Okay. All right. So Jeffrey is saying Cancer, love. All right. So this talks about a very, very bad breakup. Actually, there's two love stories in the past here. One of them is, I assume you're the male in the relationship, or you're in the reading, but if not, it doesn't really matter. The reading, what information you give me doesn't really matter. I'm here to give you info, okay? Okay, so this talks about in the male in this reading. This talks about in his past, there were two specific relationships that are showing up here in the past. There may have been many, but there's two in particular that are pretty strong. Okay. The first one is kind of like a very like money-driven female. I don't want to say gold digger because that's like a whole different thing. But a person that seems very selfish, very self-centered, very what can I get? Everything is me, me, me. So this is one of these, like, if there's a user and a taker in life, this would be a user. I want for me, I want more, I'm not going to give it back. So there's a selfish streak to this female. And it seems like it was short-lived. It doesn't seem like it was something that lasted a long time. The second thing is most recent, even though it's in the deep past. This is most recent. So the one I just mentioned was farther in the past. This is closer in time, but this is still the past. There was a bad love situation here, and it kind of left a bad taste in the guy's mouth. And this guy is wanting something new and doesn't really believe it'll happen, but it is. There is someone coming into the destiny line of this man this year. And one of the most important things to do is to watch what you say and watch how you handle their emotions, because they're going to be very tender and very different from anything you expect. So the more you, the more you kind of put your past fears on this new person, the more you can hinder that connection, because this is a good one. Hopefully you won't let it pass. And you'll know by her, she's very gentle in her personality. All right. Okay. So the next one is Vivian. Vivian, Cancer, career. Okay, here we go. All right. I want to say something just to make sure, because if you guys are new and you're not understanding what I'm doing, is I'm a professional psychic and astrologer, and my specialty, I have 30 years of experience, and my focus has always been helping people with love or career. I've been on YouTube for a very long time, but I wasn't really like a big live streamer. I'm kind of a noob at streaming on YouTube, but I am, and by noob I mean like a couple of months, if even that. I was hardcore all the time on TikTok. I was always doing my streams every night for like 4 years straight. And before that, I have like a whole history on my past with stuff. But in reference to, what's relative to this, so the crowd is really different. And what I'm doing is, my style is one-on-one. I know collective tarot is really popular, but you kind of have to it's not my style to kind of do like this general story where people get to take pieces and say, oh, that fits me, that fits me. I'm not criticizing, but I'm saying, like, I'm one-on-one. Like, if I'm telling a person one thing, it's for them. And that's how I roll. That's how I do things. If you want more details, you can always book a reading. It's $25, and you can always check out my links. And I have my mobile and my shop, and I am a small business, legitimate corporation. So you can check out all my stuff on there. So I have PayPal and all that. So now that you know this kind of stuff that I do, this is astrolomancy. It's a type of divination. I read many different types of things. And this is really cool on the fly because it gives people an energy check. But it does not substitute a tarot reading or an astrology reading. That's going really deep, intense. That being said, let's check on your Cancer and career. If you're very into astrology, Vivian, because that's what I am professionally, you might be lost at astrology. You might be a newbie at astrology, but I'm going to mention some stuff right now. All the zodiac signs right now are going through a really intense conjunction. It's one of the greatest conjunctions, actually, in your lifetime. Okay, right now. Right now, for your career, this is a big transition. Not for you, for all Cancers. It affects all the zodiac signs in different ways, but Cancer in particular is going through a very pivotal change right now. They're letting go of something old, and they're incorporating something new. Okay, and every Cancer has their own destiny and their own story, but collectives are good because it gives you an idea of what the signs are kind of going through, but you're really not going to know your own true life story with details until it's made for your birthday, your natal chart. That's the difference between collectives, which I love a lot, but it doesn't replace one-on-one. So that being said, on the astrological side, we already know Cancers are going through a huge, kind of like an awakening career-wise. Okay, now let's go focus on this energy that's here. This looks like, first of all, I must say that even though career is showing up, this is showing some social dynamics also. And this talks about a male bringing on a change that caused a person to kind of leave, or this is almost like maybe either a male boss, or maybe it was a boyfriend, or maybe it was a brother. It doesn't really matter, because it matters to you. But I'm saying, like, I'm only kind of looking at the energy, so I'm not going to go super deep. I'm just going to tell you that this is showing me that readings, no matter how tiny they are, they always show the past, sometimes, like a piece of it, even though the focus is the future. In the past, it's showing that maybe like in 2025, there was a male that, you know, how should I say, is the one that initiated you to make changes that you didn't want to make. So maybe this was the company president, or maybe this was the owner of the business, or maybe this was the partner of the business, whatever. But sometimes it could have been a client. It was such a difficult experience that this brought about distasteful change. And then there was a little bit of a relaxation moment, and then something really started happening, like financial issues, things that started to kind of like plague or darken the financial horizons. Like when a person says, oh shit, like what's this? Like what's coming up now? And this is leading the person to almost like a new beginning, but they're not sure what it is yet. And they're not sure if they love it. So I would say that your career energy, what it's showing me is that you feel that you're going to end up in the right place, that you're headed in the right direction, but you're kind of lost. You're like, okay, I know this feels right because I know I got rid of what I was doing, but I don't know what the hell it looks like. Like what, I need more details and I don't have them. So this is what this looks like. But you know, this is where faith comes in. You know, you're on the right path. And this is also like saying, you know, why did I have to go through this? Like, why did this have to change for me like this? And, you know, why did it get so bad? Like, why? I don't understand what I did. So this is kind of like when life kind of is turning the page and you're not ready. All right. So I would say that your career is headed in the right direction, but this is not a time where you have all the answers. You know, this is a time where you just have to continue on and not give up. This is what this talks about. And it also talks about you in this reading having love kind of be on the back burner of your money focus. So whatever it is, be aware. If you are in a relationship, make sure you don't forget about it. If you're not in one, don't completely forget about your love either. You know, you have to, oh, hi, how are you? Hi, Selena. You know, you can't forget it. You kind of have to do it all, balance everything. But on the career, you're headed in the right direction. Yeah. All right. If you want more details, like for example, if you're stuck on a decision, a particular decision, you want to know what people are thinking, what they're planning, that's what's going to come out in a tarot reading if you want the tea. But these are mini readings I offer for free. They do give people an insight. It's better than like some random stuff, you know, and I hope it helped. All right, sweetheart. Thank you so much. All right, guys, if you want an energy check, this is really what this is. It's kind of like getting an energy vibe of your love life or your career. Let me know. These are free. Thank you so much, sweetheart. All right. All you have to do is put your zodiac sign and what you want. So love or career. You got to choose one or the other. So it'll be like Taurus, career, or Taurus, love, whatever your zodiac sign is, and your, okay, Pisces, love. There we go. Renwen and love. Well, this is interesting. This is like when, I don't know if you're the female or the male in the story. It doesn't really matter. This is energy, and this doesn't change. So I'm gonna read it in a third perspective, so that whoever you are in this reading, it doesn't change what comes out. Okay. Okay. Here we go. So we have a female here. We're going to call her female A, and then we have a male here. We're going to call him person B. All right. So the female here in this situation, it seems like they were kind of lost hope on something that they, on a love connection that they want. So if it's a marriage, I would say it's a problem. It doesn't seem marriage to me. This seems more, at least it shouldn't be. This seems more like, kind of like dating, or like a romance where it wants to get wings. It wants to work out. Maybe even a crush, maybe even kind of maybe hoping to be a little bit more permanent, because if it is permanent, then this is really bad because there's going to be a third person involved. Let me explain. This female seems like she was unexpectedly kind of started like notice this man, and it like she wasn't really looking for this connection, and it just dawned on her like, wow, okay. And so this was a very connected like spark, love that when it started. It didn't grow slowly. It was just like right away. I wouldn't say love at first sight, but it was something like it was electric, like from the attraction. The problem is that the connection that there has to be between this woman and this man is not where it has to be. And here's the problem. There's going to be a closeness between a man and this other female. So that can jeopardize the future of this relationship with this man and this woman. Because there's this woman B, we're going to call her woman B. She's really aiming at getting closer. They're not an item yet, but they will be. Now, there's a work relationship going on here, and it wouldn't surprise me if all three of the parties that I'm talking about are in the same job, probably, because there's something very connected with work, but it can also be the workplace. Some people have companies on different floors. They rent different suites. I mean, there's all kinds of scenarios in life. But the important thing is, if this female doesn't, initiate things better and further and get it going, this can jeopardize this connection. Yeah, so it's kind of like the ball's in your court, in the female's court. She's got to really grab his attention and make sure that this other connection goes away. All right, this is what I see for the love part. Now, it also talks about a very terrible ex, wanting to come back. And this could be involved with the man. So this is in the man's past. So if there's anyone that, sometimes they do that for money favors, like, if there's a kid involved, or sometimes, I don't know the story with that, but that's something also that is going to be a theme this year as well. So this connection, I would say, to Pisces is troubled. It's not where it has to be, and there could be someone in the way in the future, in the near future. All right, and that's what I have for you, Renan. Thank you. Vivian is asking, how do I get one-on-one with you? Sure. You could book it right now. They are $25, and they are... Oh, thank you so much, Renan. Were you the female or the male in the story? Love and light. Thank you so much. And nice to meet you. Thanks. All right. Sagittarius love. Okay, I got you, Brooke. Give me 1 second. Yeah, Vivian, you could just go to the link in my bio and my shop, because I am a small business. I have the PayPal, the Venmo, and there's other payment methods, Apple and all those things. But that's Apple and stuff I accept through my 1 hour calendar ones, like when you want to book a 1 hour with me through the phone. But if you want to do it right now on the stream, it's PayPal and it's $25. and I could do it right now. Okay. And if you want to book it with me, you got to do it through my my calendar, and then you book the appointment, the time that you want. Okay. All right. Let's see. So this one is Selena, or I'm sorry, Salama, and this is for Scorpio career. Oh wait, didn't I do that one? I think I'm up to the Sag. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, Brooke. Brooke, Sagittarius love. Okay. Here we go. Hang on, I gotta feel it. I gotta connect. 1 second. Okay, so I'm just gonna say this out loud. I didn't. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, sweetie. I will. Okay, give me a chance. So I'm just gonna say this out loud. Love is love, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm wondering to myself. You don't have to answer anything. But I'm wondering to myself if this might be a she plus she love. I'm wondering that. But it doesn't matter. It's just a little strange, the dynamic here. So let me just tell you the story. So this is for love, and this is for Sag, and this the male energy in this story seems very far away. So the more potent energy that's here is a woman that we're going to call her female A, and this is the most vibrant energy in the reading. So this is the main female. This is a woman that made a mistake with, or is making a mistake with, the connection that she's with. Being very led astray. And it's like when she's in this point where she's like, you know, is all my conversations on the phone or you know, is all my bonding that I'm doing, like, is it right? Does this feel right to me? I don't know if it does. So this is a person kind of saying, like, do I stay? Do I go? Like, I don't know what to do. So this is a very toxic. I don't like it. I don't like the company being kept by female A. There's another woman in this story. And this talks a great deal about how, you know, money is chosen over love. So this is like when a career is put in front of love. So that's interesting. So I would say, based on this energy, that decisions are not being made properly to have the love situation flourish where it needs to be. And please question the company that you keep. Okay? So it is the company that you keep, or I should say female A. The company that female A is keeping in this situation is not the best. It may be disguised as such, but it's not. The person is not giving enough of a, it's the crowd, it's the environment, it's the toxicity. A person can't thrive if they're surrounded by muck, you know? So this is the problem. This is when, you know, social dynamics kind of hinder the blossoming of the person. So this is, you know, it's like when this person is stuck, not really by choice, but by them continuing the same, you know, pattern. This is a time to change that. So if you bottom line in this reading, if a person keeps making the same repeated pattern, they're never going to get a different change, a different result. You know, to get a different result, you got to change what you're doing. Only then change will come. So this is, you know, thank you so much, Sagittarius. Okay, so this is Kush is asking Sheila, and Sheila, oh, okay. That's cute. So there's two people dating named Sheila. That's cute. Okay, so remember, guys, what I'm doing here is if you book a reading, you got to let me know, because I'll look at my order form to see if your order went through. They're $25 if you want a deep tarot. I do them right on the spot. If you want to book an hour with me, that's more. That's $135. And that is, that's done through my calendar in my shop, and you book it and stuff. Now, if you want something free, I do energy checks. So it's not a reading, but it is a reading, but it's not like a deep tarot. This is really good because it kind of gives you like a gist, the vibe of what's going on. So you can choose career or love, one or the other, and give me your sun sign. So kind of just like Selma did it. So this is Scorpio career, exactly how I want it. You just give me your sun sign and then the theme love or career. All right, here we go. Scorpio career. All right. Okay. I assume you are the main female in this reading, but if you're not, that's okay. I'm going, because I don't like putting people on the spot. If a person wants to, put their pronouns or whatever, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Energy is energy. Okay. So I'm going to read it in a neutral way. It doesn't change what came out. All right. So this is spirit led. So it's my spirit guides and my ancestors, giving the advice. Okay. So a lot of people, when they get readings, they don't know where the message comes from. So I'm a psychic and it's my ancestors. Okay. So this is the advice that is happening. So the main female in this reading, Scorpio, is wanting to thrive in their position, but they don't get the recognition or the respect that they want. And there is a coworker, friend, I don't know what to call this person, that seems to be friendly and guiding to the Scorpio, but they are, I wouldn't say they're evil and have ill purposes, but I would say they are not helping the career of this person. Okay. Yes, Aubrey. Yes, it is. Thank you. So, first of all, reevaluate your skill set and your talents, and realize ask yourself the question. I would know if I did like astrology or tarot with you. I'm not trying to sell you a reading. I'm just being honest and telling you that, because this is what I do for a living. I help guide people in career. I'm not doing a full reading, so I don't know the rest of the stuff. So I'm telling you to do the energy work yourself, the shadow work yourself. And I'm trying to tell you that in this reading, ask yourself the question, is the place where you're putting your effort at, is it worth staying because a change will come? Or are you better off focusing your energy on finding something new? This is important. Now, aside from that, there's this old saying, thrive where you are, blossom where you are planted. And I understand, a person's been in a place for a while and they don't want to leave. There's a lot of stability that comes from waiting and growing and putting up through, hurdles and stuff. And then you get the reward. I understand that as well. Everything is not pack and go. But the thing is that I just see that you are where you're at this time. You're not going to thrive to where you want. And there are enemies at your job. There are enemies that they don't want that agenda either. There's a lot of greed with the way that budget is handled. I don't know what you do, but there's more money to be paid to employees and they don't. Because this is when resources are not being used fairly. This could have been, so if you're currently jobless, okay, then this is the story of what happened, or let me check if this is what's about to happen with your future job, or if this is the past. Do you recognize this as the past, where you left a job where you didn't grow? And there was unfairness financially, By unfairness is when they do job cuts or they stop paying. Was that what you went through? Because this is when there's a okay, it would happen in the past. Okay, so this already happened. That means I got to do it one more time. Okay, that means when a person is looking for love and I do an energy check on that person with current time frame, if there's no love, the past love will come up. If the past love energy is addressed, I cast again, and then we talk about the future. So in a tarot reading, it all comes out, because I'll do the past. I'll spend a significant time about the past, see what happened. You know, is the client telling the truth? Are they seeing it one-sided? I kind of have to see the clarity of the past. In the present, you know, I kind of lay it out, and in the future, I give really strong predictions. But these are not real readings. These are just free energy, but that's okay. So we picked up on the fact that you didn't have to lose your job. It happened because things were not done. It wasn't your fault, is what I'm trying to say to you. All right, and there was enemies and unfairness. Okay, now let's do it one more time and see what's going on to give you an energy of what's happening, going to be happening. So this is for Scorpio. Hey guys, this is what I'm doing. I do one-on-one readings. I'm a professional astrologer and psychic. So when I do tarot or astrology, I do it one-on-one. I'm offering free stuff when I stream, just to get to know you guys. This is dice readings. They give you I call it energy checks. I check on either your love energy or your career energy. It gives you some info. It's pretty good, but it doesn't substitute my real work. All right, if you want that, they're $25, and I can do it on the fly, or you can book a private reading with me for an hour. All right, so here we go. I'm doing, I'm not a robot, so I'm trying to do it, you know, everybody get their turn. You all matter, thank you, but I can only do one person at a time. Okay, so Salima, Scorpio, let's finish your career energy. All right, the problem that I see here is when a person is at a crossroad between, so realize that this is a little tiny, Salima, where we are right now is a little tiny piece of right now. And most of this energy is about to unfold. So you gotta, this is gonna pick at right now, and then it starts at right now, and then give it until maybe April, okay? Like that kind of time frame. All right, so here we go. The client, you, is going to find themselves at a crossroad between what they are very used to doing and what they really love and what they really want. And they're going to be like, where do I go? Do I go at what I know what to do and I can get my foot in the door? Or do I really go for it? So that is the future of your job energy, of your career energy. You're going to find yourself in that emotional seesaw. Okay? Thank you so much. Let's see. Danielle says, I left my job. Oh, Vivian, oh, you bought a reading. Oh, okay, sweetie. Let me finish your question. I left my job because I was being bullied and corporate would not help me. Oh, okay, Danielle. Thank you for sharing your story. When I do readings, guys, it's one-on-one. It doesn't apply to anybody else. But I do appreciate if you happen to pop in and you found some resemblance to the story. I appreciate you sharing. But I don't cross energy. I read one-on-one. My philosophy as a psychic, I've always, and my whole family too, all my family bloodline that's psychics and everything, that's my philosophy. I work one-on-one with a person. I don't really believe in doing all these general things and people come in and say, oh, that's for me. Who's leading that? You know, energy has to be read one-on-one. So it was for the Scorpio that I was reading for. But thank you. I do appreciate it, and I hope that you have a solution to your issues this year. I hope this is a good year for you. All right, let me go ahead and pull up your order, sweetheart. Vivian, I believe, and I will get your reading started right away. As for those that are asking questions, just give me a chance if you have time. I will answer it. And if I didn't get to you in time, I stream every day, so I'm pretty sure you'll bump into me again. And I will address your question. Let me just see. I didn't see it come through, sweetheart, but if you want to check your, did you do, what did you do? Tarot on the fly? Which is that's the name of it for the $25 on PayPal. I didn't get it, but if you maybe want to check your spam folder, sometimes it goes there. All right, on to the next person. So what I'm doing, guys, is if you want to book a reading with me, tarot, it's $25. If you want to book a deep astrology with me or tarot, I offer that for an hour on the phone. If you want it on the stream, it's $25, and it's like 25 minutes. You know, the private one is an hour. And if you want something free, I do energy checks on love or career with dice. So, oh, thank you so much, Tacos. Let's see. I'm trying to get to everybody's question here. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. Okay, let's see. Crisis Cycle is saying, hey, so I have a friend who summoned a ghost, and now he's in a long-term relationship and had a ghost babies. Why can't I lose weight? Okay. That's a whole lot of stuff there going on. Thanks for sharing, though. No worries. Let's see. Dr. Studios asked, what's your favorite ice cream? I don't have one. I don't eat ice cream. But thank you for asking. As a kid, I think it was Rocky Road. All right, let's see. Let's see. So if you guys want to participate, all you have to do is put your horoscope sign and you put love or career. You got to choose one or the other, and I'll do an energy check on you. I'm not familiar with flavors. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Cancer and love. Okay, you got it. So this is for buoyant. All right, Cancer and love. All right. Two things are coming up here. The first thing that I notice is that the man in the picture, are you the main? Well, I don't like to ask anybody anything. I'm going to read it. It doesn't change the story, okay? So there's a main male in the story here. We're going to call him, male A. And there's a female A and B is what's showing up here. So this guy is about to meet a woman that I believe maybe he has already met her, but they're not, this is not exactly where it needs to be love-wise. So this has to grow more. So if it's a crush or whatever, it has to flourish a hell of a lot more. But this is very work related. So I don't know if he has an eye on her at work. This is very good. There's a lot of very good connection here. But there's a problem that's going to be happening in the near future, in the next couple of months. Anytime within the next couple of months, there's going to be something that's going to toxify or jeopardize this love connection. And it may be from another guy or something that can rip this connection away. Something that's going to be influencing the woman. So this is a problem. Now, let's say that the guy in this story is married. That would be an issue, because then that means that he's going to do something that he shouldn't do that can cost him the connection, because this has double sides to it. Now, the main female in the story here also talks about unfairness. So I would say that this man has a past where him and the female were not fair to each other. But there's a connection coming in that it's very attractive, but I'm wondering if it's healthy. I'm wondering if it's healthy, meaning like, is it the direction that this person should go in? So this is a lot about doing the right thing. This is a lot about, you know, doing the right kind of thing. You know, the choices, making the right choices. Let's see. So there was a troll. I don't mind, guys. One thing that you'll know about me is that I'm not shaken by anything. A person can say anything about me or anything. I'm tougher than steel. But thank you, though. I appreciate it. Okay. Thank you so much, Buoyant. I appreciate your sharing that you're the male in the reading. Okay. So this is about choices. This is about choices. Yeah. Oh, a religious troll? Oh, okay. Yeah. They're very popular. But thank you, Danielle. That was sweet of you. I appreciate you defending my life. I appreciate it, sweetheart. Did I help you? Did I go? There was a reading that I was checking for Vivian. Let me go ahead and check real quick. Sometimes it takes a little bit if it's with Apple. Apple Pay sometimes has a little bit of a delay, but Venmo and PayPal usually happen pretty fast. But that's okay. I didn't get it, but sometimes maybe. Yeah, go ahead and check your spam, sweetie. All right, the next one. Morons, yeah. Oh, there's a lot of them online. And then, you know, and then like when I'm giving someone a reading, a lot of the time someone will try to like, you know, interrupt it. But I have laser focus, as you can tell. I have laser focus when I'm reading for somebody. I don't let anything interrupt my energy for the person. It comes with practice, you know. Forget my psychic years. You know, that's the online experience. When you have to have laser focus. Okay. For humanity, you lost. Are you a Virgo? You sound like a Virgo. Are you? Virgos are very correct. And they're like, act properly or get out of here. They're very correct. Thank you so much, Pink Statue. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, Ruby says, I'm the Virgo. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Oh, you're a Sag? Oh, okay. Say it like it is. Not going to hold back. Okay, I hear you. All right. So how can I help you, ladies? Basically what I do for free, I like to offer something free. I do one-on-one mini readings. That's what I like to do. Sometimes I'll switch it up. Sometimes I'll do a crystal ball. I'll see visions and I'll give you a message. Sometimes I'll do, you know, crystals or runes, you know, a bunch of things. I like to do dice. They're pretty fast. So if you want an energy check, it just checks on the vibe of career or love. If you want a reading, I offer tarot and astrology, and they're $25 on the stream. I do it right on the fly, right when you order it, right when I'm streaming. If you fall asleep and you order one and you can't, you know, and you go to check the live and I'm off, you can always text me the next day or email me or whatever, and I answer you and I'll be like, hey, I'll be on at 5 or I'll be on at 11 or whatever. And then if you want to book an exact appointment with me for like if it's a legal matter or something, you know, something like intense, like a job decision or a divorce or, you know, a marriage, whatever, you know, the deeper stuff, I have hour readings. They're 1 hour, and then we do those privately on the phone. Okay. And those are $135 for the whole hour. All right, here we go. So if you want a free question, all you have to do is put your zodiac sign and your theme, like love or career. So for example, Aquarius, love, or Aquarius, career, and then I'll do the energy check for you. So if you guys want to check on love or career, my name's Lucy. I am a professional psychic and astrologer. I have 30 years of experience, and I come from a family that, you know, I was raised in this kind of thing. So and what I mean by this kind of thing is, by the time I was born, my grandparents and my parents ran and operated an occult shop, two occult shop actually, two locations. So I come from a closed practice, and I'm very spiritual. I'm a magical practitioner. All those kinds of things. My dad's a shaman. I grew up watching my mom do readings in the shop. And yeah, so I've been doing this a really long time. As far as my actual company, I opened my company right after COVID hit. I said, you know what, I'm gonna go for it, and I've been doing this all my life, but while I was going to university and stuff, I would always read. I never stopped reading. I was always reading. I would always either read poems at carnivals, or I would do like Halloween parties, and I was always reading. But it was always my dream to start my own thing, and I did 4 years ago. And then I started doing heavy stuff on TikTok. And then I decided that after there were changes with TikTok, because I would be streaming every day for like probably like 6 days a week for like 4 years. And then something changed with the platform, and I'm not okay with the way they're running things. And I said, you know what, let me go to YouTube. So I'm kind of the new kid on the block around here when it comes to YouTube streaming. So yeah, I may do things a little different. I don't know what you guys are used to on this platform when it comes to live streams, but I don't know. I do notice the crowd is different. I noticed that YouTube has a lot more mellow, very like gentle. I don't know, the vibe is really nice here. In TikTok, everybody's in a hurry. It's like boom, 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 boom. Like they're just like, it's like very, very short attention span. Okay, let's see. Ruby, I'm a Virgo. Can I have some love advice? Yeah, no problem. So Virgo love. Here we go. All right, so the love advice that's happening in this reading talks about a circle of friends. This is when there's a love crush or a love situation. You're not typical, I should say your atypical situationship is happening here. So not your typical situationship where a guy and a girl don't really know where they're at. This is not that. This is more when there's more influences and more gossip than there should be. So, so this is for Ruby, and this is for, so in case anybody gets confused, this is for Virgo love, and this is for specifically Ruby the Virgo, not all the other Virgos. When I do collectives, I'll let you know. My collectives use real astrology. Yeah. Okay, so let's start off. The love energy that I see here is very difficult from the female of interest to penetrate the circle of social dynamics where the male is at. So this is very difficult. So sometimes this can be in a work environment where, Virgos usually are very point blank. They're just going to just be very open and direct. Not as blunt as a Sagittarius, but they will say what they have to say. And they have no qualms about it. A Virgo will speak their mind. But there's some stress here when it comes to, this man. There could be that, because it's not like the man is standalone and nobody else is in the picture. This is complicated. So to get this off the ground, let me see, because I don't know if the guy's married. I don't know if there's a very complicated situation surrounding the guy. It's not like the woman can just walk up to the guy and say, hey, I like you. You want to go to dinner? It's not like that. It's difficult. It's complicated. Let's see. Okay. I do see a partnership that's happening with this man. So he has a lover. All right. Remember that when I do tarot readings, all the tea spills out. This isn't a tarot reading, but it does give you a gist of it. I would say that the relationship, so if I'm going to read the energy on your love life, I would say that your love interest is not easily obtained at this time. I would say that the love energy in this reading is difficult. There are a lot of people in the way as obstacles from you and that person. So I hope that gave you some clarity. All right. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I appreciate you checking out my live, and it was nice meeting you. Let's see. Danielle is saying case law. Case law is your major? In other words, that's your specialty in law? You're working on your law degree is what you're saying? Or are you asking me if I do psychic readings on law? I do. That's one of the things that I used to specialize in for many years. I kind of do it now still because since I'm a love and career specialist, business law and contractual agreements, a lot of people come to me for that with astrology. And when I read for women, if they have, custody cases and complicated divorces, that's a very big thing of what I do, not only with magic, but a lot of my client base. Yes, I do a lot of civil case law, psychic readings. Yes, I do. I don't touch criminal law for psychic readings. It doesn't interest me as a business owner. It's just something that there's a lot of legalities there and I'd rather not. Whereas since I specialize in love, I do a lot of divorces and custody cases with my psychic readings to help the client. Okay. All right, let's see. Like, for example, if the father doesn't want to pay or something like that, or, like if the woman's going to be left without assets and stuff like that. So that's where my readings shed light, when it comes to that kind of legal readings. Okay. All right, let's see. Maria is asking, did I skip anybody? I think I got everybody, right? I was going to do Maria, but I believe I don't want to skip Miss Breezy. So give me 1 second, Maria. Let me do Miss Breezy first. And then if you guys book a tarot reading with me, so tarot is for the tea. That's what I always say. When I do a tarot reading, they're about 25 minutes. They're $25 and they're on the stream. If you ever book one and you fall asleep or something, and then you go to check and I'm off the live, the next day you can always text my mobile. I have a shop mobile, like it's different from my personal phone. This is just for my business. So don't worry, whatever time it is, you can always text me. And during business hours, I'll text you back and we'll coordinate. If you want to book a private 1 hour, you can always do that through my shop. But when I stream, if I don't get to your question, I'll get to you the next day because I stream every day. So at least trying to. Okay, so Miss Breezy, you want to ask about your love life, right? So Sagittarius love. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and do that. They're sticking to my hands, so if you don't mind, I'm going to put a little oil. Okay. Danielle, I skipped you? Oh my goodness, I thought I did yours. Oh no, you said case law. I didn't get a if you want to participate, guys, all you have to do is put your zodiac sign and career or love. And that lets me know you want me to do an energy check. If you want to book a tarot reading, then they're $25 through my shop. Okay, here we go. So this one is, I was doing Miss Breezy, right? Miss Breezy Baby. So this is Sagittarius love for Miss Breezy. Okay, so I see that you have had a past with a man that has, I think, baby mama drama. So there's a woman in this reading who's in love with a man, and this man has a past with baggage. And this woman is wondering if she should move forward and find truer love. So I would say to you, the answer is yes. I would say to you that the direction and the future of your love life is that there is a much better candidate in the future. He's a little bit of ways, though. You got to wait a little bit. He's not ready to cross your destiny line. But the relationship that you're in is not the best for you, sweetheart. That's your decision. I don't like to talk bad about anybody or anything like that. It's not my place. Everybody has their own path, But since I am a love specialist, I am going to tell you the vibe of the relationship that's at hand right now is quite toxic and stressful. At the end of the day, a person has to say that they're happy. When they are happy, then there is no problem. You can get through stuff together, but if the person feels isolated and having a hard time, that's not happy, And you got to get happy. There's no reason why you shouldn't be. So I hope that gave you some clarity, sweetheart. If you ever want to book a reading with me, it's $25, and the link is in the bio. Okay, sweetheart. Thank you, Miss Breezy. Who was the other one that I was going to do? Danielle, right? So the only thing I see, sweetheart, is you say case law. So if you want to put your zodiac sign for me and the theme of what you want me to look at. So career or love. And then I'm very happy to answer your mini reading for you, Danielle. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Let's see. So this one is, I think there was another one that I think I was going to do. What was was it a Taurus? I was trying to see who. Hey, Danielle, it keeps saying case law. I don't know if you're trying to put some kind of icon or something, sweetheart, but it keeps saying case law every time that I see that you type something. I'm happy to do your mini reading if you want to put, what I ask for, what makes it easier for me is when I see the person say like oh, you put Sag Love? Oh, okay. Does anybody see, is it just my screen? Do any of you see Danielle's comment saying case law, case law? Does anybody else see that? I don't know why it's on my screen it says that. Well, I'm glad I saw it this time where you said no, no, you don't see it? That's so weird. Let me do a print screen in case she needs me to send it to her. Because I promise that's what it says. Okay, so here we go. So this is Sag and Love. Okay, you got it. Another Sag. Ooh, it's Sag night tonight. I like that. All the Sagittariuses are out. That's cool. Okay, here we go. Danielle, Sag, Love. Well, this is complicated. This shows me two men in the story. The first one is a love that is very deep. It has a history to it. And there was a lot of love in that connection. Big time. And the one that is most recent, it seems like they're more interested than you. So you might be treating it like just physical and they're treating it like they want more. So there's something off about the love part. So I would say that I call this like the Frankenstein effect. It's when a woman has a lot of found a lot of characteristics she loved in one guy, but he wasn't everything she needed. And then she's with the other guy and he's got another, set of qualities, but it doesn't equal. So they have if you put them together as one guy, he's the perfect guy. But anyway, I'm just saying to you that there's something deep from the past that has not left your heart. And the person that is in the picture now doesn't seem like he is the one. It seems more just on the physical level, the attractive level. I don't see anything like super deep. So let's see. Levi is asking, my name is Aluru Kalaswar, born in Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh. I believe that's in India, yes. The date of birth is May 23rd, 21, timing 11:30 morning. All people call me Kali. Hi, Kali, how are you? If you want to book astrology with me, it's $25 and I'd happy to read on your astrology, Kali. Thank you so much. Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate it, sweetheart. Yeah, no, it's not that I brought him up. It's that the energy around you, he's not erased from your energy field. Later on, when you get another chapter of your life going, and you really start a really deep connection with your new person, you're going to see how this leaves your energy field. But right now, he still is in your energy field because you can't erase what you shared together. You see what I'm saying? That energy stays for a while, you know? So, yeah. He feels you and you feel him, even though it's not in the picture. Yeah. Okay, so that's why the Frankenstein effect. So the man, so that's why I said, so I see that, because I can see how one male in your life had certain things that you needed, and the one now has certain things, and when you put it together, like, yeah, I could see that. Do you know that in this reading, I don't want to stress you. I want, this is meant to help. I like giving positive energy. I like giving positive readings, you know, because life is, you know, you got to be positive in life. But I do want to say to you that in case I never hear from you again, even though this isn't like a super deep tarot reading, I'm going to tell you I do see in this energy of this reading, sweetheart, that you might experience in the next couple of months feeling like you might want to leave and you might want to start a new life. I'm not saying that you will or you should, or I'm not saying any of that. I'm just letting you know that in this reading, I can see that you are going to be feeling a period of stress internally, emotionally, where you could start envisioning a life outside of the romance that you have. And that may be where you guys need to take a vacation, or you may need to take a breather, or whatever you decide, make sure that it's for your happiness, for your wellness, sweetheart. You know, we got one life, we got to make it the best we can. But I'm letting you know that if you see yourself in this dark, stressful, emotional period of time, it's going to pass. That's all I wanted to let you know, okay? Thank you so much, sweetie. All right, let's see. Vivian says, I can send 25 on here. Has to be. Yeah, sweetheart, it's through my shop because I'm a business. So when I do my taxes and my accounting and all that stuff, it's got to go through PayPal or, you know, stuff like that. That's the only way that I do my readings. The link is in the bio. It looks like this. When you click on the link in the bio, it takes you to my link tree. Let me show you guys. It looks like this. When you click on the link in the bio, it goes to my link tree. And then like these are my different like stuff. And then when you click on that, Tarot on the Fly, it just shows the reading. It's $25 and you can do PayPal or Venmo. It's safe for the client, you know, and that's how I do things. All right. And if you want to book a private reading with me, those are more the full hour, but you only need a private reading if like it's a really big decision you're going to make, you know, like one of those, like I'll sign a contract, or like you're, you know, something where you really need an hour. Most readings can be done 25 minutes and you're good. All right, sweetheart. Oh, and those are done on the live stream. All right, let's see. If any of you book and the stream ends, you can always text or email me. I have my shop mobile. It's not my personal, so you can always text me at whatever time. You know, it's fine because I leave this in my office and it's fine. And I get back to you during business hours. And I also have email if you guys need to communicate. Because some people order and then they fall asleep and then like, I missed your live. And I'm like, that's okay. I'll read for you tomorrow. Okay, let's see. Nurse, will I get promoted? Okay, so the way I'm doing it, Maria, if you want the free minis, which I do on the stream, I do the free ones, you just got to give me your zodiac sign and love or career. In your case, it's career. So like it'll look like Taurus, career, or Aquarius, love, like love or career. And then you just put your sun sign. So in your case, just put, okay, Virgo and career. Okay, thank you. All right, so here we go. Virgo, career. Okay. So I understand that you want to know if you're going to get promoted or not. For me to do that, I do have to do a tarot reading, and my tarot readings are $25. But that doesn't mean that what I do for free doesn't give you information. All right, let me read this for you. Hopefully, it'll give you some clarity. Okay, let me tell you the story that I see. When I read, I'm a professional psychic and astrologer. When I read, I come from, a bloodline of psychics. So I read with my spirit guides and my ancestors, okay? And I have 30 years of experience. So this is meant to help you out. I try to be as positive as I can. There's enough negativity in the world. This is about your career. The story that I see is, number one, there's about to be a situation at your job that can put you in a little bit of hot water. So if you deal in the medical field, like you say, maybe this is something with a patient, or maybe this is something with, where a person can say, why are you doing this? Or why is you, oh, thank you so much, Danielle. I appreciate it. You're so sweet. God bless you. This is a situation where you want to watch your back. You want to, you got to realize, if you guys don't follow astrology, I don't want to bore you or annoy you, but I am an astrologer. We're about to have a Mercury retrograde this week. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. When Mercury goes retrograde, this can be a very good time, but you have to be aware of things that could be missed. And it affects Mercurian children the most. Anyone with a Gemini placement, anyone with a Virgo placement. So this can be something where something is not checked, or something is not signed, or maybe it's a medication to a patient, or something like that. There's something that you should, you should be aware of, that you gotta watch it. So if you tell someone, hey, can you do that for me? Can you give this patient this and this, or can you sign that off, or can you order this for me? Double check what they're doing, and double check what you do before you turn it in. If you're doing anything like a written report, if you're sending anything, make a backup. This is something where directly involves something tedious that you want to be aware of. Okay, that's number one. The second thing I see here is that someone left your department, or someone left your work group or your work crew, and by them leaving, there's something that can shine a limelight on you, but it can be hindered. You can be missed. So in a way, I think I'm sort of answering your question, sort of. Not intentionally, because when I do tarot, I go into the tea for sure. But this is revealing that you're not going to be seen in the way you want to be noticed in this particular story. This means that your promotion may not come to you at this time. There are some things that are going to be, there's also something that's being financially prioritized in your work environment. Maybe they're doing a remodel. Maybe they're adding something to a department. I don't know. But this is when the higher ups are funneling money and focus in one location. Something that's going on with growth, something for growth. And you may be missed. In other words, instead of focusing on you and saying, hey, you're doing a great job, it's your turn to shine, they might say, okay, no, we're not going to notice right now. So I would say no, that you could miss the promotion. Okay, this is something that you have to go after wholeheartedly. Let's go a step further. This is a time where if you are magical minded, I don't push that on anybody. But if a person is very spiritual and they like cleanses and they say, I'm a magical practitioner, and you can see I've been streaming for a couple hours. I mentioned that like very seldom. If a person feels like they want a promotion, or that's the time to do, money stuff, money spells and money cleanses. Because that's when the opportunity is, you want that to shine your way. This is a time that you got to really work hard at it. Not that you haven't with your career, but people not noticing you is completely different. Okay, good for you. You're very protected. I'm very glad that your ancestors and your spirit guides and God, or whatever you believe in, the universe or whatever supreme source you believe in, you're very protected. because that is not okay to jeopardize your license. Oh, you've been fasting? Okay, fasting can be, if it's, you're a medical professional, so you know what you're doing. Fasting is very cleansing, very beautiful. Yes, water fasts, yes. They are very powerful, and it's a time of, very, very, very intense. It has to be done, obviously, a person has to know what they're doing, and, the medical stuff and all that, as a nurse, I'm sure but that is, in a way, even though that's done for health and wellness, mind, body, soul is connected, so it does affect everything. It gives you like clarity, but you must be very weak and tired, to do a fast like that. So bless your heart. I hope your fast continues to go well, and then when you break your fast, make sure to do it with something very light, like watermelon or something soft, Okay, so I believe that this is a time, so this talks about someone leaving your department. So this is someone that leaves, not quits, but like gives their leave for whatever reason. It shows someone leaving that opens that changes the dynamic of the employment. You have enemies where you work. And this is also a time to, where obviously you're very well protected, but this is a great time to, wear crystals, jewelry, things, because you see, when crystals pop and break, they picked up the bad. So that's one of the, jewelry has many, many purposes, but one of the things that is very powerful about crystals is that they can absorb negative energy around you, and they can also warn you of things. So that's one of the things you can do too, because, all the more reason. Now, when you're fasting, you also have your energy depleted because your body's metabolizing all of that. And, you're not at your best. You will be when you start eating again, but, this is a cleanse time. So the next time that when you start going back in that work environment after your time off or whatever, you got to be on your toes, because there's a lot of negative energy intentions towards you because of envy or whatever it is, jealousy, whatever, okay? Also, someone wants to steal my invention so bad, something that can cause me to be promoted. Okay, so if you don't have the, she loves pasta. How cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, so if you don't have the money to patent it, nurses make great money, but if you it'd be worth your while if you could see intellectual property attorney, a copyright attorney, so that they can protect your invention, because inventions are treated very differently. They have to be, it's not a registered trademark, and it's not a copyright. You have to have a patent on an invention, and there's a very specific way to patent it. So I suggest you do research on that and protect what you want, and don't show people your schematics of whatever it is, because that's hopefully that's a good, yeah. So anyway, sweetheart, that's the energy check for you. Thank you so much. It's nice meeting you, and I'm very happy to hear that you came out of that unscathed. So good for you. Good for you. But the energy coming up is stressful at your job. Okay? Thank you, sweetheart. If you ever want to book a reading with me, it's $25, okay? All right, Virgo, you take care. Lucy, how do I find your contact info for reading? Oh, the link is in my bio. It's like my little website. It's my link tree. It's my website on my bio in my YouTube. It's my link tree / Lucy's Astrology Tarot. It takes you to this. So if you go to my YouTube and you click on my website, it takes you here. And these are all the little links, like my YouTube channel, my phone, all the different, like if you want to, all my stuff is on my link tree. No worries. I don't pressure anybody. If you ever hop in and you want a reading, you can just get one. They're $25. And I remember I always do my freebies on here too. And if you ever have a stressful situation with, oh my goodness, did you, Danielle? That's interesting. Breath of Fire is Breath of Fresh Air is asking, where did I get fire from? Oh, the F, the capital F. Okay. Breath of Fresh Air is asking, are these free? Yes, I do free mini energy checks on love and career. But if you want the tea, I do tarot for 25, and I do tarot and astrology for the 1 hour private, which are 135. All right, sweetheart, thank you so much. I'm going to be starting a podcast, and for those of you that absolutely adore astrology, I'm building a Substack filled with articles and all kinds of cool things for learning about you and your life and your love life and your career in astrology. If you like that, I have Substack. And my podcast is going to be launching next month on Patreon. It's only a few bucks because on the economy, I make sure I'm very cheap, so $6 or something like that. My Substack is loaded with stuff. It's going to be $10, and that's it. I try to keep the cost low because a lot of people want to keep up with stuff every month, every week, and it adds up. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Always check out my live. I always offer freebies. You do want a new life? You're going to get it, Danielle. You're going to get it. It's just hard. It's just hard for you to just completely close the chapter. You got to transition into it. You'll see. You'll see. It'll happen naturally, sweetheart. You can't fight the heart. Okay, let's see. Can I have a free reading on how does John feel about you? I can do a free reading on your love life energy. That's for free, and that's going to give you pretty good insight. But if you want the tea, it's $25 for the tarot because I spend a lot of time on the tarot, and I give you a lot of predictions and future and stuff. But let me, don't knock it. I can give you some good stuff on the freebie. Just because it's free doesn't mean it's bad. All right, here we go. So Breath of Fresh Air 6. Go ahead and give me your horoscope sign, sweetheart, so I can go ahead and do this for you. So I'm going to look at your love life energy in general. What's surrounding the energy of your love life? Yeah. Well, Danielle, it sounds like instead of, again, I'm not trying to sell you any kind of reading, but I'm trying to tell you what I offer professionally. If you get a tarot reading, you're going to get a lot of the emotional realness of what's going on in his head. But if you go toward astrology, you're going to find what your destiny is and with the marriage. So for example, who's your soulmate? What are the things that you need to do to protect the marriage? Or what are the things that are going to... Astrology looks at life very realistically. And it looks at life with the big picture. And it looks at the blueprint and the foundation of the things that are going to be happening so that the person can say, I want to go in a new direction. I want to take my free will. I want to realign this so that I can change. Some things you can change, some things you can't. Okay, so astrology is about looking at the whole life with awareness, with reality. Tarot is to look at the tea of the situation, to really find out all the tea in, to really, kind of like dismantle this section of life. So it's a tool that helps a person get clarity where they are at this time. Astrology kind of takes you into the big future, into the big picture of everything. So they're both wonderful. They, everything you can do with tarot, everything you can do with tarot, you can do with astrology. But there are things that astrology can't do that tarot can do. Sort of. It's very tricky. But they're both very wonderful. But it sounds like you would be more astrology candidate. All right, sweetheart. Remember, if you ever want an astrology reading with me, you got to know the exact time you were born. It has to be on your birth certificate. You can call the hospital vital statistics department. If they don't have it anymore, you can call the vital statistics department of your state. Because it's worth it. Because in astrology, it's based on math and geometry. And you have to know the precision of the time you were born, which is the horizon line where the sun was. I read for triplets, I read for twins, some are identical, some are fraternal, and I can tell you that none of them have the same destiny. In the triplets, one of them is a banker, one of them has 3 kids and lives on a farm, and the other one does not marry, no kids, and she works in a city. So for herself. So they have all different destinies and they were born a few minutes apart. So trust me when I'm telling you. Every minute, you have to know the exact minute, okay? If you ever want your astrology. Oh, you were okay. Look at her. She knows exactly when. Let's see. Black Buoyant is saying, I like that name because you're like, flamboyant. Like, you got the vibe. I like that. Okay, let's see. I'm confused and not married, but the rest tea. Oh, okay. But the rest you want the tea. Okay. Okay. You shouldn't be confused. Life is gonna play out. Destiny's got you, But I see what you're saying. You're at a point in your life where you want to know answers and stuff. Everybody does. Everybody does. As a psychic, I can tell you, at the end of the day, God put us on earth to help people spiritually, just like God put teachers on earth to help children read. God put, surgeons on earth to help people move medicine. And, everybody has a role in life to help humanity in some way or form. We all make a difference. But we cannot know more than when we're supposed to. Readings are not supposed to cheat life. People have to be brave and strong and make decisions for themselves and try to be the best version of yourself that you can be. So, you don't work with her, but you live with her now. Okay. And you're not sure about what to do. You got to follow your heart because Cancer, at the end of the day, you're going to be restrictive and private when you are hurt or offended, and you're going to push away. And then the problem could happen in your relationship where, because Cancer can be super private, and the more uncomfortable they are, the more silent they are. And that can be an issue, because then she's going to want communication from you and you're not going to be able to give it to her because people think it's just Scorpio being private, but let me tell you, Cancers can be the most private, the most silent. All right. Oh, Daniela said, so Daniela knows. Breath of Fresh Air says his sign is Cancer. Okay. Wasn't I doing yours, sweetheart? I was going to do Breath of Fresh Air, right? So Cancer love life, or did I already read it? I don't remember. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, I'll have a record of it, in the stream, but to remind, I did read it already. Okay, sweetheart, thank you. You halfway conversate now. Okay. Oh, you're the Scorpio. Okay, and you're in love with a Cancer. Did I do your energy check? Who's next? Because I try to. I didn't read it. Okay. In the Taurus mountains. Oh, that's cute. The Taurus is like, wait, okay. So Breath of Fresh Air is next. So you're the Scorpio. You're in love with a Cancer. Okay, let's go. Oh no, wait. Did you say he was a Cancer? Okay. Okay. So there's a problem here because there's an ex in the picture that, I should say he's not in the picture, but he may want to be. And then there's the person that you're involved with. See, okay, let me put it this way. The way that you're describing it with your words, that you're a Scorpio wanting to know about a Cancer who's being silent. Okay. It sounds like, you're in the relationship with the Cancer. Based on your words. But I don't go by words. I go by the energy. And the energy is explaining something a little bit different to me. Okay, so here we go. This tells the story of 3 exes. One is very far in the past and was very unfair financially. So this means like a person that's selfish. Their attitude is selfish. It doesn't seem like it had much of a history. It could have been somebody you dated for a short time or something, but because I read on the energy field around you. So this is where people get a little confused with their love reading, because I pick up on whatever's surrounding your love energy around you. Okay, hang on. So in the past, before you tell me, hang on, let me read you what's coming up, because you'll be able to understand the way I say it. I don't know about you, but you'll be able to apply what I say. So give me 1 second, sweetheart. Okay, so the story starts off with a love story that seems short-lived. This was a short gap of time. And it talks about money being an issue, or selfishness financially being an issue. Can this be the same man? It can. It could have been a phase in the marriage. It could have been a phase in the relationship where a person started to show their true colors with money. Money was the root of the fights. Finances. You don't buy me this, or you don't give me enough of this, or you're not sharing this, or you're being secretive with this, or you're spending too much of our money, whatever. So this is where it starts. Could it be an ex? It could be. It could be before you met your spouse now, or it could be parts of the same love story, okay? Because this is your energy field. And all I'm trying to tell you is that it's picking up on when money started to change the dynamics of the love in some way, okay? So the behavior surrounding something financial. Sometimes it's the fight of a sale of a house, or sometimes it's a person making a financial move the other partner didn't want them to. So it's assets, it's money, okay? Giving money to a relative sometimes, being unfair, whatever. All right, the next thing that this talks about is when the spouse is more gone. So if you are married, this would be the same man. But if if the marriage is only a short time, this can be an ex. So this talks about a man who was more far away and wanted to be closer, but was not. So this can also be that distance also helped form a gap. Okay, so something got in the way. There was not enough time dedicated. All right. So sometimes it's the female doing that, sometimes it's the male doing that, whatever, But this is, so we're picking up on money being an issue. We're picking up on time availability being an issue here. The next thing that I see here is that the person is not being as affectionate. So this is when the affection and the effort is not balanced. So if this continues, the woman will leave. So, Scorpio females have a very interesting way of being when it comes to love. A Scorpio female has this trait that they all have, whether it's the sun or the rising, not the moon, but the sun or the rising in astrology, where when they break up with somebody, somewhere, some way, somehow, the ex wants them back at some point. It's kind of funny. So when they check out and they're not interested, then the man regrets it. But then it's too late because she's not into it and she's gone. So there is this effort coming from the man after they've messed up. So that happens to Scorpio female, So their timing is always off. Not the female, but the exes, they come back and it's like, sorry, bye Felicia, So there's a situation right now. Now, point number 2, Scorpios, females in particular, they do not, even though they have incredible, wonderful, traits to their personality, there's a couple of things that kind of hurts them. And one of them is that when it comes to expressing something verbally, they will do so, but usually with things that aren't going to help them. They don't open up in areas that they're afraid to, or they're scared to talk about it, or they feel vulnerable, or they want to be more private about it to see what the other person has to say. And sometimes by not communicating in the areas where they should, it hurts them because the other person can't read them. Scorpio cannot be read all the time. Now, he's a Cancer, so that means that he can read you and you can read him. But there's also a flaw because in some ways, no matter how interesting a connection you both have, because Cancer and Scorpio, in a general sense, are a soulmate bond. That doesn't mean that every Cancer and, everybody has a very specific soulmate in their astrology chart. It doesn't have to go by sign, but the energy between Scorpio and Cancer is at that high level, just like Leo and Sagittarius, right? They go together. So this means that, whether he's your soulmate or not remains to be seen. That's on your birth chart. But he can still read you in ways that nobody else can. And you can read him in ways that nobody else can. Making it confusing because you guys have had a very difficult, rocky road here. And it looks like when you look at each other or you feel what each one is feeling, you're right on it, right on the money. But when you speak to one another, there's a problem. So this means that his rising and yours maybe clash. So there's I don't know what his rising sign and yours is, or your moons, but that also has a lot to do with compatibility. So you guys have some areas that are just amazingly connected and other areas where you guys struggle. So besides that, behavior has not always been the best. So there's been a lot of immaturity on his part. There has not been a lot of treating you in the right way all the time. And you're tired of it. So this is stressed. So I would say the love and passion have never gone away. But if this continues, this can end. And it shouldn't. Yours is Gemini and his is Aries. That's a problem. It doesn't mean a problem where you can't make it. It means it's a problem that you guys can get brave and put love first and make it happen. You see what I'm saying? It's a tough section. That doesn't mean it's impossible. That means it just takes more effort. Fight for what you love, So here we go. So Gemini, the problem with Gemini, even though they're an amazing sign, Gemini is one of the most complicated signs of all the zodiac. Very misunderstood. Because Gemini is its own reflective mirror. Gemini can look at something one way and look at it in reverse at the same time, and everybody's going, what the hell are they doing? You can feel different emotions at different times and compare it and separate your own heart and look at it with your brain and be like, okay, my heart feels this way, my head feels this way. I'm going to switch it and be more emotional because I want to connect with my heart more. No, you know what? I don't like that. That's too mushy for me. I'm going to go with my head at this point. And people are looking at Gemini like, what? You're crazy? What, are you hypocrite? What are you doing? And it's because they have the capacity to look at things so differently that they can be labeled as cold, and they're not. They're just careful. And they analyze things in different ways at the same time, where Virgo gets close to doing it like that, but Virgo's analysis is very different. Virgo is going to go for what's secure and realistic. Okay? So Gemini is very woven in that. His Venus is Gemini. Okay. So that means that he's going to put his love, well, that means a lot of things. But in this particular context, he's going to put his love according to what suits him first. So he can hold back, or he could be the perfect man, or he could be the worst man, all at the same time. And it's his maturity and his dedication and the way he was raised and his scruples and his personality and his drive that's going to make that choice. So, okay, so you're going to go with putting the household first, putting the responsibility first, putting first what needs to be done to make things the right way. Things have to be, the relationship comes first, and you got to put things in order. And and you got to look out for each other the right way. So you have a lot of old family tradition kind of, you know, way. Now, the Aries part, he needs time alone. He needs to withdraw, and he needs to go after what he wants first, and he wants you to see his dreams first. He wants you to be passionate about his passions. So there's a lot of lifestyle stuff that is conflicting, but at the end of the day, the attraction, the passion is through the roof. So this is about structure. This is about two people deciding to decide. So I would say this isn't a tea reading or anything like that. It's just energy. But I'm going to tell you, the relationship continues to be plagued. It is in danger of flourishing to the way it has to. It can be, you can experience hurts together, and you can get tired, or you can take a break, or you can leave, or you can have separate bedrooms, or there's something drastic around the corner. You don't want to get it that far. So if you love something, go fight for it, you know? Unless what you love is you, and you want to put yourself first because you feel you deserve more. If you feel that you want to live your best life and you deserve more, then go for what you need. But if you want to save that love because you feel it's worth it, then you got to put it first. So it's a decision. And it takes both of you, but I'm the one giving you the reading. So, you know, I'm making it sound like it's all on your shoulders. I'm not, but you're the one I can communicate with, which is a good thing because I don't do couples readings. The reason is, even though I'm a love specialist, is because I call myself a woman's secret weapon. I decided many years ago when I was like starting teenagehood that I wanted to use my spiritual gifts to help women find love. That is my calling. Every psychic has their own way of using their gifts. For me, I feel bad for people that are lost in their career. So I do, and people being robbed and like being taken advantage of in their career. So like I do a lot of career work, but with love, I'm a love specialist for a reason. You know, if a woman is having an issue with a guy, I don't want to read for both of them. I'm not a love therapist. If I would have been a love therapist, I would have taken the same amount of money my education cost, and I would have gone into psychology and specialized in love therapy. I'm not interested, because a love therapist is going to help a person through personality and through cognitive and psychological techniques and traits to help behavior. I'm a psychic, so I'm in the spiritual. I don't pretend to be anything I'm not. I help spiritually, and I read on intention and emotions and energy. And I feel that, you know, if a guy is not treating a girl right, if they're doing a couple reading, him listening to me is not going to make him change. If he's going to cheat, he's going to cheat because he wants to. If he's going to steal from her, he's going to steal because he wants to. If he's going to, you know, betray her, he's going to do it because he wants to. If he's going to be the man he's supposed to be, he has his choice. So I don't do couples readings, but I will be the one for the female saying his true intention. If he's a good guy and the woman's being selfish, I'm going to say, look, what are you doing? You're going to lose a great guy. I've read for a lot of gold diggers that they have a wonderful man by them and they just let it go. And it's sad. And I've also had ones that, you know, they want to be the doormat for the guy. And I'm always trying to say, what the hell are you doing? You're wasting your life with an idiot. So I don't push people to make decisions they don't want to make, but I will, if there's something crooked in the intention, I will say it. So that is what I try to do. That's what I've done, you know, all my professional reading life. That's my focus. Okay. Physic, you wrote physic, is mislabeling you. You can't read spirits or energy, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. You're a troll. Okay. Thank you, Smoky Buds. God bless you. All right. All right, guys, have a good one. Did I miss anybody's reading? Did anybody miss their chance with me? If you booked a reading, let me know. I will pull up your reading and satisfy it right away. If an order came through, you got to let me know. I got to check my PayPal form. If you want to book a reading, you can always do that through my shop. I'm always streaming, and I'll always be doing readings one-on-one if you guys want. I do freebies. I read on energy just to give you a heads up on stuff. If you want the tea, my tarot is $25, and if you want astrology, I offer that as well. Okay, just make sure if you want astrology from me, you got to know the timestamp of when you were born. Okay, because that's what sets the horizon line for the sun, and that's what locks your natal wheel you know, in order. So I need the ascendant, which is based on the time you were born. Hey Sprink, how are you? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate your energy. Thank you. All right, guys. If you missed anything, so remember, you know, if you guys know me from TikTok, I've streamed on there for the past 4 years, 6 nights. I used to do like 8 hour streams, 6 hour streams, 6 days a week for 4 years. And around January, I just didn't have the heart to stay on that platform anymore because of the changes, the owners, and the way they're running things. My account is still on there, but I decided to be the new kid on the block on YouTube. So here I am, hoping to fit in some way with the rest of the, you know, psychics on here, I guess. I don't know. The live streams. I know it's a different culture online on YouTube. I hear that the crowd is a lot more intellectual and a lot more mellow. On TikTok, I'm used to the whole, like, you know, 5 second scrolling and the attention span. People being very tired and wired from work. But I do like it here. I do like the crowd. Thank you so much for checking out my live stream. I'll be back tonight, or I should say tomorrow night. Have a good one, guys. And you can always reach me through my email or my shop mobile. And I'm always here, all right? Thank you, guys. Love and light. See you next time.